Hello, welcome. In this video, I am going to show you some HTML HTML examples. So, what is HTML? Basically, HTML is a hypertext markups language. So, in this using this language, we can create web pages. So, basically, obviously, whenever you want to create a website, it is it has to have some web pages like 5 or 6 or 10. Some websites will have hundreds and thousands of web pages. So all these web pages will be made of HTML language, basically that is hypertext markup language. So why only HTML language is basically the browsers will understand only HTML files. So if you want to display anything using a browser, you have to code it in a HTML language only. So for that reason, we have to learn HTML as a first basic thing for in order to be a web developer. The basic requirement is first you need to understand how to develop a web pages using HTML and of course other things like CSS and JavaScript. So first let's start with a simple HTML page. Here I am saying I want to display a message called hello world. So how do I display is basically first you have to start the you open any notepad or any editor text editor, and in that first you start creating the HTML page. So how to do that is first you start a tag with a tag called HTML, and that is telling me that okay, this file is a HTML type of file. So you need to ensure to close all the open tags. So first you have started HTML tag and you have to close that also. So at that will be the last tag of this particular file. So HTML open and HTML close. So within these two tags you can do whatever you want. So I am here, I am simply displaying a hello world message. And so how do I see this? So assume that I created this particular file and I'm going to save it in my uh, in my web server. So here I am going to save. So basically when I save this, I have the file ready to be served. So now if I go back to my particular web server, so my web server is running at localhost 81, and my web pages are under a folder called HTML. So and here if I am saying the my web page is hello world.html, so what happens is it will display the message called hello world. So this is the exact code we have developed to display a simple hello world message. Now let's so one thing you could have noticed is hello world is being displayed in a big bolded big letters. So why it is coming like that is because of this particular tag. So that is h1. H1 is heading 1. H1 is a tag which says this is the whatever is in between h1 open and h1 close, that entire message will be displayed as a heading 1. Heading 1, you have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. If you notice, go any Microsoft Word document, you can see that heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, like that. So here heading 1 is the topmost heading of any particular file. So this is how I created a simple hello world message HTML page. Now let me show you some little bit more uh, advanced HTML. So here I want to put it in a proper shape. So that is obviously any HTML page will have a document type. So we have to declare the document type as HTML. See, document type is nothing but sometimes XML also will be possible. XML is another language, extensible markup language. So there you can create XML type of documents. So like that SGML is there, VGML is there, so many things are there. But as far as browser is concerned, it understands only HTML. So we are going to declare the document type as a HTML. Then we have to declare a head. So what is the head means? It's a header. So whatever is enclosed between the head tags,